God, scared the shit out of me. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
I'm going a little deaf here after that. Today we're talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 2, Mixed Signals.
Easy for you to say.
Took me a second to think about what the song or what the title was. I really liked this episode. It was a really good episode of Flash.
Yeah, it was
really good. Like, they were right, because I watched that video the producers talking about this episode with the trailer. They said this episode kind of sets the tone of the season.
Oh, yeah.
And they're right. I like how it's back to being, like, there's serious moments, but overall it's silly and just fun.
Yeah, it's goofy.
So you know how normally there's things I want to talk about, and I completely forget?
Oh, did you actually write them down?
I wrote notes this time.
Wow.
So I got some, before we get into
Going up right before my eyes.
before us just chit-chatting about the episode, I want to mention some things that I really liked about the episode.
Okay.
First, with that guy that died in the beginning, the guy that died in the elevator, the apartment he was looking at was Oliver Queen's apartment. I believe in seasons 3 and 4 of Arrow, like him and his sister Speedy lived there, and then Laura lives there at one point and all that. Like, you could easily tell that's that apartment.
Yeah.
Other thing I wrote down is the special effects look really good this episode.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Like, I really, because a lot of the scenes with Flash running, it looks like a video game, so with that, but like it was legit Grant Gustin there, and especially like when that grenade blew up, that was a really cool scene, and he's like picking out all the pellets and all that, and
Yeah,
like
that was pretty cool.
even
Or when he took about the car.
yeah, and like his suit getting fat, like all like the special effects this episode
His
was
suit
really
getting
good.
fat was retarded, but it was
It
funny.
was funny though.
Yeah.
I like that moment. It reminded me of Spider-Man, not Amazing, Homecoming, when he's got he's got all the new suits and he's going to fight the bad guys and it's messing up and he shoots the shocking thing and all that.
Yeah.
Very silly moment.
Flash was kind of turning into Iron Man for a second.
It was cool though. They obviously like this in the end of the episode, either getting rid of all the stuff in there because like it'd be a bit overkill.
Yeah.
Putting up all that shit in there. I really liked the Silicon Valley joke. It was Cisco and Flash talking about Silicon Valley. He's like, oh no, he's kind of more like a Ehrlich, and he's like, oh, I think he's like a Guilfoyle kind of guy. Yeah,
that was really unexpected.
We were just saying the same thing. Yeah, that was really cool though. I liked that. I also Game of Thrones. I didn't write that down, but Jon Snow's dead. Oh no, he's alive. That was a cool scene too.
That's a complete spoiler. They better put that in the title.
That's funny though.
If Hess watches this, he won't know what the hell they're talking about.
So then I also wrote down the Babel Protocol. That's a little Easter egg because I don't know what issue it is, but there's a Justice League of America comic where Batman installs a Babel Protocol into everybody's suits and stuff like that, just in case, so he can take them all down.
Oh, really?
So I thought it was funny Cisco has it. And it was funny because when I first saw that on the screen, I was like, oh, I wonder if Cisco's going to use that like later in the season, just in case, because they fought an Evil Barry before. And then when it started ticking and going off, and he's like, guys, have we not fought any Evil Barry before?
Yeah, that
I was like, oh, that's funny. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I wonder if he can use that later.
Well, wouldn't he take it out if he takes everything else out?
You think he's going to take everything out, though? They might implement things here and there.
It depends what's convenient.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Conveniently, some stuff will come back. And then the last two things I put is I think the Speedforce Storm at the end of last season is what is going to create all the new metahumans. I think we'll learn that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That's the only thing that they could, like, instead of making up something new, why not just do that? That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I put is the end credit scenes for this season reminded me a lot of season 1, where it's like has nothing to do with the episode really. Like season 1, all of a sudden, it's Reverse Flash time. Like you get to see a little bit of him.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like, oh, it's end credit scene.
I didn't know what you meant.
And now we're looking at the Thinker. We get to see his plan slowly unfold. I like that.
No, I liked it too. It's the only time we've seen him is the end of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, he's got a really unique voice too. It sounds like almost robotic.
Yeah, he totally reminds me of Brainiac from Injustice.
Yeah, he does a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to. I'm gonna start doing that more. Is write down some shit when we're watching the episode.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
So I can actually remember and talk about it on the show. But so now we can talk about things we liked and disliked and stuff like that. So what did you like about the episode?
I like the goofiness. Like it was fun.
Yeah, next episode looks like it's gonna be goofy too, with him sliding on the little balls and all that in the beginning, and like
the marbles.
Harry comes back in episode. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Harry was in the preview.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. I miss him.
Which Harry
on the show.
is it?
Earth 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they say Earth 2 is gonna be the main Harry this season, but we will see another Harrison Wells at some point, which I'm assuming will probably be Crisis on Earth X.
Oh,
and just do like a one-off different Harry, like he's part of the team over there or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I liked that Wally is still on the team, and that scene when he was with Joe and went over.
He didn't do a lot.
He didn't do much. He never does, because I think the writers hate him more than you do. But like him with Joe, that was a fun scene. And like he runs in there and he like did the
no, I don't.
shot on the girl or whatever.
If I go this route, you're gonna say I hate him. But let's dissect what he did.
Yeah.
He ran in there because he's fast, right?
Oh, he ran in there quick.
Yeah. And then what did he do?
He ran back out, got a shot, gave it to the girl, and saved her life.
No, first he waited for Joe to come in. Then Joe told him what was wrong. Then he ran and got a shot.
Well, he's not the brightest Flash, but he's a Flash.
Did you say he's not a bright Flash?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I'm just messing with you.
But I blame the writers. Like that's totally their fault. Why couldn't he just run in there and be like, "Oh, this girl's down. I know what her problem is." Phew, and get her. You know?
Because he didn't know what the hell's going on.
Why no? Why can't they just make him smarter?
Joe walked in there, bad knee and all, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you can do someone."
You know what I meant to say last week is when they did the introduction for last week and like it wasn't Flash. My name is Barry Allen, whatever. It was Iris.
Mm-hmm.
They really should have had it be Wally last week. But that shows how much they don't like him. They have a Flash on the show, and instead of like comic books where they switch to a new character, they're just like, oh no, it's Iris now. Like, why not be like, my name is Wally West, and I'm the fastest man alive. Ever since Barry Allen went back to the Speed Force.
I think you're sexist.
You know, do stuff like that. But it just makes sense. And like, also, this is the thing I didn't like. And I even mentioned it while we were watching the episode. So Flash is running and doing all this stuff. What was it that when his suit wasn't working. Yeah. And she goes, throw a lightning bolt at your suit, it'll shorten the suit and you'll be all good. And I knew it was going to work because I'm Iris. I get to tell you what to do now. And like,
wow, you don't like Iris.
Cisco was like, that could kill him. And she's like, or he said that might make the self-destruct go off right away.
Yeah.
And Caitlin was like, or that might stop his heart. And she's like, yeah, but Barry, it might work. Go do it. And he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you do, Iris. And of course it worked. But like, she's a fucking journalist for
not anymore. She quit
for like 2 seasons though. She's not a scientist in any way except for now I work with the Flash every once in a while because he happens to be my boyfriend and my brother. Like how?
Fiance.
But like, where does she think that she knows? Like, he throws a lightning bolt that'll shorten the suit that Cisco just made and told us nothing about.
Your argument would be great if it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, I knew.
Don't get distracted.
Sorry, I was making sure we were recording. I knew it was gonna work because that was the plot. But it doesn't make sense how she knew that was gonna work.
She just had a feeling. It was a gut.
Yeah, I know. I don't like her being the head of the team. I want her to be doing her journalist shit, and their Team Flash.
See, I think the thing is she was helping when Barry was gone.
Yeah.
So get over it.
I know. I'll learn. It's not like I don't like her character. I just don't like her in this position.
I mean, she told him to go left, and the fucker went right. Sorry, I just totally screwed us.
No, I already said fuck. I was talking about Iris. We're trying not to say fuck, which we already said a couple times now, because every video we put out is not advertiser friendly, like everybody else on YouTube, except I feel like we're getting more. But whatever. But I really like her character. I just think it doesn't make sense for her to be like in control of Team Flash. If anybody,
I don't think she's in control. She was just telling Barry what to do.
Yeah, but she seems like, to me at least, in the scenes that we've seen so far, like everybody should listen to her. Like that she's given that vibe off to me.
See,
and like I feel like if anybody in that group should have stepped up and been the leader, like when Barry's gone and all that, and HR's gone, and I feel like it should have been like Cisco or something.
Well, they talked about that last episode, and then he went and brought Barry back anyways without her.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so we'll get past that. What do you think about the villain this week? His name is, was it I keep wanting to say Kilgrave, but that's the guy from Jessica Jones. Kilgore, yeah.
Well, he was okay. I mean, I didn't think he was great, but
it was a unique ability for the show. I liked that. Like it was different.
Yeah, it was cool.
He used like hack electronics and all that.
It was something different.
Yeah, we get to, like the insulin shot with the girl they're pumping her insulin in. Like I would have never thought of that. So that's kind of cool to see that and stuff like that.
Wally wouldn't have either.
Yeah, to be maybe that's why I like Wally, because we're both dumb. We both got to wait for Joe to walk in the room to tell us what to do.
Yeah, so when Flash went to get that car, and then he's like, "Oh, I can help." And so then he went with him and said, "Oh, I can help," and then he didn't help at all.
See, that might even cause more problems because Wally would have listened to Iris. So Barry went to go right. Wally would have pushed the car. They would have tore it in half or something. They would have fucked shit up more. It's a good thing Wally didn't go there.
Yeah. Barry would have just got lost on the way.
Another thing, I guess I didn't write this down, so I didn't write down everything. I should have. I really liked that little nod when they're in therapy, and he picks up the paper and he's like, Oliver Queen outed as the Arrow, and he's like, what the fuck? And then sets it back down.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like when they do little crossovers,
I
like
like it
little
now
spoilers
that I'm
that.
caught up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a huge spoiler.
Yeah, well, because that happens every season on Arrow, like we discussed it before. But yeah, it's always cool when they do that.
But you wouldn't know what the hell they're
like,
talking about
like
unless you watched Arrow.
You probably don't remember this because you watched it kind of out of order, Arrow and Flash and all that. But last season, you know how in Arrow, the latest season, I guess before now, season 5.
Yeah.
He says I'm the Green Arrow now on TV or whatever.
Oh, I can't remember.
On Flash, like the next week, Cisco's like, I hate when they add a color to their name. So like they did like a little nod like that too. Like I love when they do that.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Do you think they're gonna continue doing the therapy thing, or do you think that was like a one-off episode?
I think that's a one.
Because like now they kind of made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She blew up.
Yeah. Which I expected it, but kind of didn't at the same time.
That surprised me. I didn't think she'd be like, "Why'd you leave me?"
Yeah, I thought
she was being all strong about it. And didn't she tell him to go do it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that she would. I thought it would like be hard on her, but I thought she would understand like he had to go.
Yeah.
So that's what shocked me about it, is that she was like, "Why'd you leave me?" and like flipping out like that.
Which was understandable.
Yeah, totally.
You know. But he picked everybody over her.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. So which makes sense because she's still alive.
Yeah.
If he picked, you know what I mean? Like so.
What I was wondering too though is because like for that like why he had to go is that because like you remember they said that if he keeps going the Speedforce Storm is gonna ruin the world or whatever. So did it not ruin because like it was going down pretty hard for a couple minutes. Did it not destroy anything while they were waiting for Barry to go in there? Because it seemed to have no effects other than I guess maybe creating metahumans. We don't even know that.
I bet you're right on the creating metahumans.
I hope so, or unless they're gonna come up with some other stupid reason, like they're coming from.
Because
they've already they did the metahumans in season 1 from the particle accelerator. Yeah. Then they did people coming from other Earths, and then they did like a mixture of both last season. Plus we had like future people and all that.
Yeah. So do you think it created the Thinker too?
I don't know. It seems like maybe he's been around for a while planning this, but I don't know.
Or is he just that smart? It just seems that way.
Well, because like he knew about the Flash. It was his he wanted Cisco to do that and get Flash out of the Speed Force and all that. Like it seemed like that's all his plan.
Yeah, but
I guess he could have known about Flash before he got powers though.
Yeah, I mean, does he have powers or is he just smart?
I don't know. I know he's just he's the fastest. It's the fastest brain alive versus the fastest man alive. Oh. So I don't know. Maybe
that's lame.
I don't know how that would work. Hopefully we get an answer for all that by the end.
So do you think Flash is gonna outsmart him at the end?
I think he's gonna have to. That's what I was wondering. Like it's cool. This guy's got plans and all that. But when it comes down to the end, that guy's not gonna fight Barry.
Right.
So he's gonna have to have other people. But
which is why he's getting all these others.
Yeah, but the end. I'm wondering how it's gonna end. Will be interesting.
They'll probably run a 50-yard dash, winner take all.
The guy in his little chair, playing the piano as they're going along. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Any last things you want to say about this episode of Flash before we end this?
No, it's kind of cool that I want to see do you think every week the new bad guy that they take down is going to be someone that he
probably
up?
Probably something like that. Yeah.
And do they know anything about it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I don't know how they will get clues.
What about that
him
dude at
Iron
Heights prison? What's he up to?
I wonder if he's got connections at the prison. Like he's like, all right, Flash is going to take down this next guy for me. Put him here. Yeah. And do that, and then that guy will let them all out at the same time, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But because that guy was like, he gave the old little villain look, you know. Yeah.
From the get-go, he looked like.
Yeah.
He was up to something as soon as Joe came out of the room.
And Barry was like, "Oh, thanks for letting us see him." Whatever the guy's name was, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're no problem, Barry."
You know, you do the same voice for everybody.
Yeah. I do want to say it will be interesting in 2 weeks. I think it's episode 4. Danny Trejo's coming on, and he's playing Breacher. I think is his name. Might be wrong on that, but he's Gypsy's dad. Oh, and he's coming at the end of there's a little tease of it in the trailer, and he's looking at Cisco. He goes, "Oh, you might want to run." So he's gonna pissed off at Cisco because he's dating his daughter. So that should be a pretty fun episode too.
Now, was it Danny Trejo last week as the samurai, the voice for the samurai?
You said that, but I don't know. They could have done that as a little nod, but I don't know.
I could have sworn it was.
I don't know. It's possible. I don't know.
I mean, he's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah. But I think that's it for this week's episode of Flash. We'll be back back Thursday for Arrow. It's still hard to get used to it being on Thursdays. Back Thursday for Arrow, Monday Game Supergirl, the next Tuesday again for next episode of Flash. And we'll see you guys later.